I'm Mel,
And I'm Andrea.
and we've been asking ourselves, WTF? Where's the fun?
So, welcome to our podcast for heart-led business leaders, entrepreneurs, and CEOs ready for more. More impact, more wealth, more joy, and more magic, all while having even more fun than ever before.
As co-founders of FunX, we believe that life and business is way more fulfilling when you're following the fun.
So, we're flipping the script on success, giving you permission to create from a whole new paradigm where you can have a lasting impact while nurturing your well-being and having a freaking blast along the way.
So join us each week for engaging solo episodes
and real conversations with experts who are embodying this new paradigm of leadership, spiritual wealth, business growth, and of course, fun.
If you're ready to reignite your spark, make bold moves, and lead from a whole new energy,
Let's jump in and have some fun.
Welcome back to WTF. Where's the fun? I'm Mel.
And I'm Andrea.
And today we are going to talk about what we've done in the last 6 months in a specific area. And we're taking those same principles and habits and we're moving them into a totally different area. So, what have we been doing for 6 months? Well, mostly you.
I think a big part of my journey the last 6 months has been unfolding my health and my fitness,
Yes.
but like in a whole new way. And I really feel like there's so many similarities between this journey, and you can literally take kind of these fundamentals and apply them to any area of life, really. That's
Mhm.
what I'm learning. And I think it's all about what I love, and actually what I'm seeing now more than ever is that success is a system.
That's huge. Yeah.
So whether that's your health, whether that's your relationships, and I don't mean a system in a transactional way. I mean a system in like there's a couple things that if you follow the formula, the recipe, that it's going to be I think successful,
Yes.
whatever that means to you.
Yes. And okay, so go back 6 months ago. What month would that have been? Like April?
So in like right before March, so I turned 40 in
Yeah.
March, and a big thing for me that I was feeling, and it was more, I think it was like an intuitive download where
Yeah.
I was feeling like I was ready to unfold more of my potential in my fitness. Meaning I felt like I was just
Lazy.
existing when it came to how I was showing up. Like I was kind of working out, I wasn't consistent. Thought I was moving my body. I really wasn't moving all that much. And
Yeah.
I was just, to be honest, I was just kind of fed up in a way, or like,
Yeah.
not
But I think back then where you're turning 40 and you said, I'm going to be fit 40. And we were like, okay, well, we took a look and we said, currently, how we've been doing things, do you think the effort you're putting in is going to get you to the goal that you want? And not only that, is the knowledge that you have, because you were a personal trainer a long, long, long time ago, the knowledge that you currently have, is that going to move the needle forward for you to become the fit 40 that you want and to feel and be the person you want to be? And you were like, no. So what did you do?
the answer was no. So I had to figure out like what were the things that were kind of the key things that were missing, not even missing, that I felt like would actually help me to obtain the results that I wanted to get. And I there was a lot that actually happened in this, I would say, from a mental perspective, or like a inner perspective, where I wanted it to feel sustainable. I wanted it to be enjoyable. I did it from inspiration. I wasn't doing it because I hated how I felt or looked. I did it because I knew I wanted to feel
Yeah.
even more fit and connected and energy and all those things. So first I think I had to get clear on like why I wanted to do it. So
Yeah.
I wanted to feel the best in my 40s. Why not? And then I was like, what am I missing in terms of like maybe the habits or the knowledge, like you were saying. And a big piece of it for me, for the fitness side of it, was, and this was for me, so I'm not saying this is for everybody, but for me specifically, when I tuned in, it was macros. It kept coming up and I was like, I'm really curious about this, but I didn't know enough about it. And I wanted somebody who knew what they were talking about, but had similar values as me to communicate it
Yeah.
to me. So that was a big one, and then also workouts. Like, I could create a workout plan, but I also feel like it
Well,
wasn't working.
you weren't having fun doing
I
it.
wasn't.
And we had tried a lot of different, like,
Yes.
workout regimes and people, and nothing just seemed to click. So anyways, then what did you do?
I I started to become curious.
Yes.
So I wasn't like, "I need to figure this out right now." I actually, kind of from this place of feeling like there was no rush, but I was starting to become curious. I started paying attention. I started, like, putting it out almost to the universe that this is what I wanted, and then I started to whose values aligned with what I'm saying. And actually, this is when Ashley Moore kinda and we've already been friends with her, and we've been following her for a while, but how she was communicating was like she's like, "It's not all or nothing." I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, I really enjoy that." She has a background in getting results. I'm like, "That feels aligned." She specifically was teaching around macros and,
40s.
macros, 40s, and it's a way where it's not like you have to like extremes. It was actually sustainable. So her whole messaging was around sustainability, making it fit for you and teaching you kind of the foundations. So I was like, this seems like it's perfect timing. And it was actually um a different program that she was offering at the time. So I did some research into it and I talked to her and I was like, this actually isn't it. It was super close, but it wasn't really what I was looking
And I
for.
remember back then you were like, I'm not just signing up to sign up with someone. I'm not going to just do something out of desperation. Like, I'm genuinely inspired to become fit in 40. And you were like, I'm just not going to settle just for anyone. So
Yeah.
you were like, I can wait till I find the right fit. And I think that was crucial, is like you had patience. And because you had patience and because you had stated to the universe what exactly you were looking for, then all of a sudden, Ashley was like, she had this one program, and you're like, that's not it. That's not for me, and that's okay. And then she's like, I actually have this other program that's coming out, and it was exactly what you wanted. It was for like women in their 40s. It was talking about macros and lifting and like all and creating a program.
And it was like this 8 week, it was either 6 or 8 weeks fundamentals. And it started the next week. So I
Yeah.
realized this couldn't be more perfect timing. She only does it twice a year. And
And you did it.
I did it.
And
Well, first I almost didn't do it. I was like, this is perfect. This is exactly what I want. And then I was like, and that was actually, it had nothing to do with the program. It had to do with, am I willing to actually do
then
the work to create the change that I was actually saying that I wanted? So after hemming and hawing, and you're like, why the hell are you not doing that?
yeah.
And then basically me saying, yeah, like, WTF am I doing? I committed and I went, when I say all in, I did go all in, but from a place of consistency, not a place of having to be perfect. And I think for me that was a really big change, doing something from inspiration and doing it from a place of just like radical consistency. Um,
Okay, so then you committed, you put the steps in place, and um now 6 months later you've totally transformed yourself, and it's great. So now that we've learned these little things, these steps, how are we taking this and where are we putting this mindset?
mhm.
What area are we doing next?
Okay, we're doing finance, but to give you, if I'm looking back, I can see I wasn't lazy, and I don't know how to describe this, but I was not engaged
Okay.
in my fitness
Yeah.
fully.
Yeah.
Like I was kind of,
Half-assing it.
yes.
Just say how it is.
I was gonna say dicking around, but like I was not fully engaged in it. There was no enthusiasm. There was no
Yeah.
connection to what I was doing. So what I actually needed to do, and this is where I think this is important because being on this journey, it's actually helped me see that there are some key mindset shifts that need to change. There's subconscious beliefs that shift for whole new habits and actually how you show up in your day. Like if I were to actually look at how I was showing up in my day, I didn't think or believe that I had enough time
Yeah.
to prioritize my workouts. I didn't feel like I could take time in my day to actually do a walk for myself. I felt like I had to be sitting at my computer, pushing and working and more than I needed to, because that was the habit and the pattern that I had created.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually had to unlearn a lot of those patterns by
Yeah.
starting to prioritize the things that mattered most.
That would move the needle forward.
Yes. And what I had found is that by actually like having fun, and I've had so much fun. This is the key that I've actually enjoyed
Yeah.
this process of prioritizing my workouts, of like walking throughout the day. That actually shifts my energy so that when I show up in the work that I'm doing, I'm more enthusiastic, I'm more enjoyable. Like, but I'm doing something for me, which automatically then increases my self-worth,
Yeah.
which translates into business as well. So so part of it is I had to take it a baby step at a time, and part of that was being okay each week being a beginner,
Mm-hmm.
being curious, and almost questioning the belief system that I
Yeah.
had created.
And almost unlearning them and creating a new one that actually works for you.
And simultaneously trusting the process that in doing so, that's going to lead to the
Yeah.
results that I want.
I know, because I remember you being like, Ashley, I feel like I'm eating a lot of carbs. Am I gonna get fat? And she was like, this is a very common question. And the answer is no. Just follow the process. And you had to fully trust
Totally.
in the process. And you did enjoy carbs and ate differently and ate more, and you lost weight and gained muscle, which was the goal. So I think in learning the unlearning, then to learn again, it's like you have to be willing to learn, first of all, and be a beginner. Because really, we were 40 and we had to be like, okay, we've never really learned how to eat properly.
And
So,
we were eating, I would think, nutritionally well, but when it was so shocking, like the Jets
yeah,
League, we started this, I think me and you said like, I don't know, like
we were like, holy
50
shit.
times, we're like, this is eye-opening.
Yes.
And it's because we never really knew what we were looking for.
So now we we fully understand that in the our health journey based on our goals and our values. Now we're taking that same kind of mindset and shifting it over into finances, and specifically like building our money machine.
And our well.
Yes. So, what are we doing? Because I feel like there's a lot of people who are 40, maybe 30 and 40 and 50 even, who still don't fully understand this. It's like the eating thing, like where we had to relearn how to properly eat.
Yeah.
And now it's like we have to relearn, get rid of the belief systems that we had and create new belief systems in finance. And I'm okay to say that I'm a beginner. I feel like currently what we have been doing or trained or learned to traditionally do in finance is just not nowadays. It's just not working for us anymore. So now we're okay being like we're beginners, and we found a guide and we're learning, and we're open to learning a new way and trusting the process. Because let me tell you, it is a little bit uncomfortable for the things I've already learned.
Mm.
And it's the same with the food thing. It was uncomfortable to be like,
I just had an insight as you were saying that.
yeah,
The shift really goes from surviving to thriving.
mhm,
And the fitness thing, it's like it's not that I wasn't healthy. It's not that I like was there was really anything wrong
yeah,
with my health, but I wasn't playing at the level in which I knew I was capable of playing.
yes, that's it.
Same with finances. And I think that's the thing. Like if we were to continue to go on the way we're going on,
We'd be fine.
yes, like we're going to live a great life. However, looking back, if I feel like one of our biggest, I think regret is a big word, but probably is we would have missed the mark
Yeah.
on what we were capable of.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what this is really about,
Yeah.
is unfolding that potential in all the areas of our lives and actually to enjoy the process. I think that is the key. It's like now we're in thriving. So when it comes to finances, like I would say, relatively speaking, same as the health, we're in like a pretty good spot. However, I want to thrive. Like
Yeah.
I want to do it in a way where
Sustainably.
and like have an idea of where it is that we're going. And I would say one thing with the health thing, it's been really cool because people have been come up to me and be like, "What have you done?"
Yeah.
And I'm not necessarily saying go do what I did. Maybe go do what feels good for you, and you can use some of like the mindset around it. Find what feels good for you and aligned. But it naturally inspired others.
Yeah.
So that was a real connection for the finance as well, because part of it is like I feel like I have inspired more people just by making myself happy and unfolding my potential in that.
'Cause, like yeah.
And the same will happen with finances. So this is about then shifting all the beliefs around like we've been serve. It's like, okay, serve, but serve doesn't have to mean serve at the cost of, well, your wealth and your success or whatever the beliefs might be. So we're just starting. Like
Yeah.
this is just something that's really new in the sense that, yeah, we just signed up with a new mentor who has sustainable habits and beliefs. It's not all or nothing. It's aligned with where we want to go. And it's teaching us. So I'm really excited to take these same principles and beliefs. And I think you could bring this literally out in any area of your life.
I'm excited because I think one of the things that drove like and in all transparency, like, I didn't do any of the workouts that Annie did, but I changed all my eating habits, and I still lost 20 something pounds. And the reason why I kept doing it is because I saw the results. Week after week, I was seeing little teeny tiny steps that were getting me results. And I can tell you, working on our finances in the last 2 weeks, it's the same. I've seen teeny tiny results,
Yeah.
and that's what drives me is results. Is like I can see because I can see these little things working, I can see the bigger picture now, which gets me excited.
And this is where I think it comes back to enjoyment and
Yes.
enthusiasm. What is fun? Results is fun, but also results that are aligned with your values.
Yes, exactly.
And I think that's the point of thriving. We're no longer in the game of let's just kill ourselves and our well-being and sacrifice in order to then maybe have what we want. It's
Yeah.
like we're going to enjoy the process, we're going to align it with what it is that actually feels good for us. And the results multiply. That is what I have seen. It's like it's actually better than we could have imagined
Yeah.
because we've enjoyed the process. We're going to stick with it. It's not something that is
And I think the key is education. Like that the
yes.
key with your fitness transformation was the education that you learned. And it's going to be the same with finances. We're basically just learning a new education system that we have never learned. That's what's happening. And you can take this into any area of your life, but I feel like education is the path. Education is the key. When you can learn something, you're never going to unlearn it. Like if it works for you, you're off to the races. So like I highly encourage people like if it's fitness you want to change, if your finances, even if it's love, like your relationships, you can do this in your relationships. And I'm just so excited for the next 6 months. Woo!
Yes, I wanna preface that with one thing with the knowledge and the learning is discernment.
Yeah.
I think that's the big thing too, with fitness, with finances, with literally anything, there's a lot of information. So it's being tuned in and knowing your values. So tune in if you need to, like, actually have conversations about what is the values, like,
Yeah.
what is most important to you? I would say start there first, and then try
What if someone's like, "I don't know how to figure out what my values are?" what would you say to them? There's a couple ways to do it.
There is a couple ways that's actually we don't do it anymore. Maybe we should do it. If you're interested, let us know. Maybe we should bring this back. We actually used to do a workshop which would help you to discover what are your values and what are the things that are most important to you.
Yeah.
There are books out there that you could go to. Dr. John DeMartini has a free resource. It's The Value Determiner.
That's a great
That one's a really good one. I can link the free resource to show notes. That will actually help you to figure out what's really important to you. But I would start with just even starting to become like, what are the things that mean the most to you?
Yeah.
And not just in one area in your life, look in all the areas of your life. Like I'll give you an example. So for us, one of the things that are one of our top values is, well, mine is unfolding my potential. I want to be the best version of myself. Another value is our relationship.
Yeah.
We want to have a loving relationship. Another value is fun. We want to live an amazing lifestyle. We want to enjoy. So those are just a couple examples. So getting clear on that.
Yeah.
There are a lot of ways to do that. But yeah, if you're interested in going deeper in that and you're like, maybe I would be interested in a workshop, let me know.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. And then just have fun.
Yeah.
Bring enthusiasm to it.
Exactly. All right. Hopefully this has helped you. Hopefully we'll see you on the next one. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to WTF. Where's the fun?
We're Andrea and Mel, and we're so excited to be on this journey with you to see how fun it can get.
If today's episode brought a little bit more fun into your world, be sure to subscribe, share with a friend, and leave us a review.
And remember, life and business is so much better when you're following the fun. So let's have some fun.